Hi, I'm Jerry Hyde, Youth Services Manager at your Ames Public Library. Welcome to Well Read, a program about a little bit of this and a little bit of that at your public library. Summer is coming, and there's something called a summer slide that's happening for our school-age kids. And it isn't the slide that you slide down in the park. It's a slide of not staying up as to where our children were at the end of their school year and coming into the next year and losing some ground. There's a wonderful YouTube video that is out on the web. If you just search Summer Slide, you'll be able to see the exact type of things that are happening to both children, different types of children from different types of households. So I challenge you to go out and look for that, and that'll describe the Summer Slide much better than I can. It's a great visual type of YouTube. So today, though, we are here to show you what the library can do to help with that summer slide and advocate and make our community aware of that, as in addition to offering great programs for our children in the Ames area. So with us today, I have two of our wonderful librarians that we have in our youth department. We'll start with Tanvi. She is our teen librarian, but we kind of throw her out into the youth services area as well to make sure that, you know, she remembers what her teens were before they got to where they're at. So Tanvi, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the teen librarian here at Ames Public Library. And that means that I work specifically with youth that are in grades 6 through 12 or going into grade 6 and graduating from high school. And I staff the library's teen space here.
Among many, many other things, like purchasing the collection and giving us great input. And Miss Anastasia, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Anastasia Technis, and I've been part of the Youth Services Department for like 12 years now, so that's great. And it's kind of fun because I'm on the other end of the spectrum. My specialty is really working with babies and their caregivers, parents, grandparents, so it's fun to have both of us.
I didn't intentionally do that, but that was a great idea on my part, wasn't it?
Yes,
and,
it was.
And I can be anything in between, which actually we all are from that whole age group. Some of us are more comfortable with different ages than others, and that's their strength. And we try to what's the word I want to use? Like extort those strengths?
Exploit, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so summer is coming up, and we have some great things that are happening. In addition to our Build a Better World reading incentive program that we have, we also have some great activities that are happening. So the summer incentive program is just where you participate, and this year the online version is building your avatar, building a character, and developing your storyline. And so take a look at that. We also have the hard copy here at the library that you can pick up anytime after June 1st, and we go through until the night before school begins. So I believe it's August 22nd. So with that said, let's talk about our summer programs that are going to be in the library or outside the library. We've got some fabulous things going on, and I think I'd like to start with the teen programs.
Sure, yeah. So this year for teen programming, we have kind of a wide variety of different things that teens can participate in. So we're going to be doing anime screenings in the afternoons. We're going to be doing craft programs for teenagers. Both will be in the teen space. We're going to be having a program that's especially for LGBTQ youth and their allies to be able to come to, along with a screening of the Nat Geo documentary Gender Revolution.
And that's open to all ages.
And that one is actually open, to everyone.
Or specifically open to all ages.
Yep. The target audience is probably more teens and adults, but really anyone can come watch it. And then we'll be reprising our annual Super Smash Brothers tournament, which is very popular. Yes. And this year we're actually going to be doing it in the evening instead of in the afternoon, so that hopefully some of those kids who have working parents who can't make it during the afternoon can be able to come participate later in the day.
So I think we're also having some other, like a Star Wars focus, may the force be with you type of things.
Every year our teen advisory group, who are youth volunteers here at the library, they pick a theme for their annual 5K. So last year was Harry Potter, and this year it's Star Wars. And so then we develop a series of programs that kind of start in the summer and go throughout the summer and then culminate in their 5K event, which will happen in September. So we're going to be showing all of the movies over the summer, which are very popular and people still watch them. We're going to be doing a quiz bowl. So it'll kind of be like our Battle of the Books events, but maybe a little bit more casual. Yes.
A lot more casual,
Yeah.
right?
And again, anyone can participate in that one. And then we're going to be doing a Star Wars themed escape challenge. And that one is also for all ages, and that'll be happening on the second floor in the meeting rooms up there. And then, of course, we'll be doing our 5K.
So I have a couple questions.
Sure.
The quiz bowl, is that just for teens?
It's for everyone.
So, and it is a pre-registered program, so you can go online.
Right.
I just set this up, so I'm very familiar with this. So you go online and you go to the particular day. It's in August, the event is, and you just click on there, the registration portion of it. And we ask that you give us your team name and your team members, so we have some sort of idea of how many people are going to
Exactly.
participate in this kind of casual type of, but there is going to be a winner.
Yep.
And lots of different types of fun things happening during the course. The movies are on Saturday afternoons, and then the 5K kind of ends the whole summer
Right.
type of thing. So how do I go about getting into that if I'm interested?
Sure. So registration isn't open yet and probably won't open until closer to July. But then we will have paper forms here that people can pick up at the library, or they can go online to register for that. And there is a fee for it. It is a fundraiser for the library.
And it's a great fundraiser. And so if you're interested in running 5K or walking, please take a look at that, and we'll get you signed up for it in July, so we can, what your schedule is, and we know our day on it, but so you can kind of promise to be there. So those are wonderful teen things, but let's kind of work backwards. I know we are trying several different new things this year, and some of your teen programs are also going to be combined with our tweens.
Right,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
And tell us what tweens are.
So tweens are kind of those kids who are in between, like kind of early elementary and becoming bona fide teenagers. So they're kind of like the later elementary, early middle school kids. And so I don't know if these are new, but they're new to me being at this library where we do tween programming. And so this year we're going to be doing grades 5 through 8. So really anyone who's graduated from 4th grade up through anyone who's graduating 8th grade can come to these programs. And there will be a Minecraft theme one. There'll be some engineering / STEM type challenges. And then there'll be more craft programs for them. And it's kind of fun because for the craft ones, we'll open up the teen space. So those kids who are dying to get into the teen space and can't quite come in yet will be able to have that opportunity.
I have a
really
granddaughter that's just been biting.
Yes.
Very, very excited about it. And she's now done with will be done with 5th grade here very soon. So she will be one of those tweens
She
that
told me
are
that as
coming
soon as she
in.
graduates from 5th grade, the day the school ends, she's coming in.
She will be in here.
Yep.
So, and they're also invited to that escape challenge. And
Yes,
I
yep.
meant to ask, what is that?
So basically, you have a team. I think we said it's anywhere from 4 to 6 members on a team, and you're locked into a room, and you're given a series of codes and puzzles that you have to crack within a certain amount of time in order to escape the room.
Sounds very interesting. And we promise we'll let everyone go,
Yes,
even if they don't.
Even if you don't solve
We
it.
could start checking out children, though. Maybe we'll. No. Which is a great segue to another new program that we have, and that is our Experts in the Making and our Exploring Technology, which this is. I'm so excited about this because I really think we'll have lots of neat things happening. So tell Anastasia, I know you talked about that your focus is usually on the little babies,
Right, yeah.
but this one is quite a bit older than.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about our Experts in the Making.
Yeah, so the Experts in the Making program kind of grew out of watching the makerspace movement grow in libraries over the last several years. And so I've been watching webinars and going to conferences and stuff, and trying to figure out how we can work it in here. And one thing that we've noticed, or that I've noticed about the way we've set up the library since we moved back, is that really the whole youth services area is a makerspace, because a makerspace is just a place where there's space and things available for people to build and create and explore. And often people choose to use things in different ways than you would expect. Like we have cushions that we'd expect people to sit on. And in fact, they make like domino runs and forts. And I had some kids make a restaurant the other day. And so that's a good example of that, the mentality of taking something and making it into something else.
So the kids are actually using their creative minds
Yes.
to take the space and make it into what they're wanting it
Yes.
in their mind. So they're kind of using, developing the part of their brain that is helping them make answer or create answers and
Right.
or ask
Yes.
questions and find the answers for those.
Yeah, so creating and exploring and asking questions like, what would it take for us to build a tower tall enough that it's going to fall over, or how high can we build it, and still make it structurally sound, or
And talking about the tower, I know a couple weekends ago we had a whole family that took all of our blocks, our Kiva blocks that are back in the tween makerspace area by the chalkboard, and used every one of them and made a tower that was as tall as the ceiling. And I believe that the parents were having as much fun as the little kid, as their child was.
Yes.
In fact, mom was like, they were rooting her on, and we had a whole family, or families that came back and just were watching and saying, let's build it taller, let's build it taller. So it's maker spaces are not just for children.
Exactly.
They're also,
Yeah.
And I know maker spaces, you talked about a little bit about like a checkerboard and checkers. Tell us a little bit how we can make checkers into a makerspace activity.
So we have giant checkers in the back. They're about this big, and a giant checkerboard, which is fun. You can lay on your stomach and play checkers. But I know there's a mom and a 5-year-old boy that come in quite often, and they sit down and they roll the checkers on their sides to see who can roll them the farthest, and see what happens if you roll it on the carpet versus what happens if you roll it on the tile, or what if you start back or push it faster. And so they're coming up with all of these, they're science experiments with cause and effect and speed and gravity, but they're just tinkering and playing and messing around. And that's the kind of mindset that we want to build here and specifically in our maker programs.
Yes, so you use the word tinkering, and I like that word, that maker spaces and tinkering is, it's just exploring things, and babies do that all the time.
Yes,
Toddlers do it all the time, and all the way to adults. I know, again, going back to that tower, the mom and dad didn't know if it was going to stand either, and it was as much of a challenge to themselves and as it was to the child. And then they talked about, how can we keep it structurally sound as they built up. So it did kind of look like the tower, Leaning Tower of Pisa, but it wasn't. it wasn't. And I know, like the checkers being rolled. When I go in the back, you sometimes have to watch out for those rolling checkers because they do go far. Yeah. So the experts in the making is what?
So that's a program where we're going to take it just like one notch higher, and we're going to have more opportunities for people to explore specific things. So we're going to have, it's going to be in the auditorium, which is a big space, and we'll have several stations, but it won't be like Station 1, Station 2, Station 3. It's more like there's all these things out there that you can explore. And in June, we're going to concentrate on each child, teen, adult really learning how to use these things. Like, what does it do? What can I make it do? What are some sample projects? And then July, we're going to open it up to all ages. And then, because I had been thinking about, like, what's the best way to have a space with lots of fun stuff? Wouldn't it be great if I had an army of people who already knew how to use it, who could help all the rest of the people? And so that was how this vision was born, of teaching people in June and then having them teach others, because that's also part of the maker movement, is teaching. So we're the new piece from compared to what we have out here is we're going to have some different things in there. So we have It's called a B-bot. It's like a little, about like this size, a car, and you use coding skills to tell it where to go and how fast. And so a lot of our students have been working on computer coding, where you make a little guy on the screen go around. And so this will be a chance to use those same skills, like problem solving, logical thinking, deduction, and thinking ahead. You have to think like, well, then he'll be here by step 5, so where do I want him to go in step 6?
Turn right or left, or
Yeah,
up or down.
go around. And so we're going to have a chance for them to try that out with that little guy. And we're also going to have, he's called Sphero. He's a ball, but he rolls depending on how you code him. So you can code him to go faster or slower or sideways, and actually change colors as well. So it's another way to use coding, and he's a lot of fun.
And so, Anastasia, what are they using to code? Like, is this connected to like an iPad or
Yeah, the
computer?
Sphero is connected to an iPad.
Okay. So they're coding on the iPad, and then it's
Right.
right.
Yep.
Cool.
So that's what makes it different.
Yep.
Like the B-bot, you're like punching the little thing
Right.
itself.
Right.
So it's like another level of symbolic thinking.
That's very cool.
So
And all these supplies, I just want to give a thank you to our Ames Friends Foundation, who have supplemented our budget so we can purchase items like that.
Right.
So Ames Friends Foundation helps us do all the wonderful things that we do.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple other things. We have our Terrific Tuesdays with our paid performers that are coming in. So anywhere from magic to hula hoops, that everybody gets to have a hula hoop to go home with them, to science as well. So lots of wonderful things going on Monday or Tuesday mornings and Tuesday afternoons. But on Tuesday afternoon, we've taken our family craft story time and kind of pushed the limit, or made it better. Well, hopefully it's making it better. So creating a family night activity so all ages and all parents can come and make it and enjoy themselves at the library and enjoy those activities that were mostly focused during the daytime.
So those Tuesday evenings.
So that's Tuesday evenings at 6 o'clock, or at 7 o'clock, excuse me. And then we have our movie afternoons, and something that I'm very excited about is our meals for kids and teens that we're offering every day from Monday through Friday every day from 11:45 to 12:45. The food or the meals are free for anyone 0 to 18. Parents or adults do have to purchase their meal for a $3.50 donation or cost, and we will have different activities going on in the auditorium as well. So we know that in order to read and to learn, you need to have a full tummy, and one of those basic needs, and that isn't always the case. We know that there's a lot of children that don't necessarily have that access at home during the summer and during the school year they're getting their lunches at school. So helping compensate for that. So United Way of Story County and the Boys and Girls Club and the Nevada school system is helping us make those things happen and get those that special food in their tummy. The last thing I'd like to talk about is our summer book club. That is our All Story County Reads book, and it's called Story Thieves. So no matter what library you belong to in Story County, this is going to be the book we're all reading. It's a nice read aloud as well as a read alone. And so our activities will be on a Monday night, the last Monday in July, and we'll talk about that, and we'll have a free book available at the desk starting July 1st, and we'll read about it, do some activities, and then all of Story County libraries and their customers that have participated in the Story Thieves book discussion group in their libraries will gather together on the first Friday of August. We'll take a field trip to Des Moines and do some fun things down there. So come and enjoy the Story Thieves. It's like hopping into a book and becoming part of the storyline and possibly changing those storylines. Hopefully not, but you never know what happens when you jump into a book, or in this case, she jumps out of the book to tell this other boy or her classmates that they're jumping in. So come if you can't join us in the reading discussion group. It's a great book, so try it out, and it is a series. So if you like this one, you can do the next one as well. Read the next. So with that, we got just a few minutes. Is there any last words of wisdom for our parents and our kids across Ames and the surrounding area that you'd like to tell them?
I would like to say that that's actually just a small sampling of our programs. We actually have quite a lot more, and so if people come in and grab one of these flyers, they'll be able to see everything that we're offering.
And the flyer is at the desk, and so you can do that. They also will be going out to some of the schools, so look for that in the backpacks of your children. And it will also be online, so you can access it on the website as well. Anastasia, do you have?
Well, my other favorite thing about the Makerspace is the cardboard. And so just to think about, like, it's not just all about computers. So we're going to have lots of cardboard boxes, and we have kid-friendly saws and plastic hinges that will hold cardboard boxes together in chunks of cardboard, which was born out of a program we did a few years ago where I set all the kids up with boxes.
All about the box.
And they had to wait for us to come and cut, and like they couldn't get things to, I mean, they were great, but like doors were hanging together by packing tape. And so I'm excited to have this like extra little tool to make just cardboard a fun exploration, build, creation.
So come make at the library. And whether it's playing with boxes or playing in baby time or story time or toddler time, and our Milk and Bookies, all those regular programs will be at their year-round times. And then all these other special activities that we have just touched the surface on. And so come slide down the real slide with us with all the fun. And again, please visit the YouTube video about Summer Slide. We've got lots of different advocacy type of things like Summer Learning Day on July 13th. So come join us. And if you don't have children of your own, bring a neighbor, adopt a child, and bring them on in here so we can help share the fun with them as well. So happy reading, and until next time.